All right, just as a little disclaimer, I really got down there and looked at it after I got off making this video. It was right on 38 inches, so here's the difference now. Went down about 1/4 of an inch. Hardly any squat at all. You still see the rake. They work great. I highly recommend these springs for anybody that wants to add a little bit extra weight carrying capacity to your truck. The single spring like I got, which I believe is the SSA 16 spring by Super Springs. It's a single spring and it adds 1,500 pounds of load carrying capacity to your payload. So if I'm not mistaken, I believe the payload capacity of my truck is right at close to 3,000 pounds on a 16 F-250. So that would put you at right about 4,500 pounds on a 250 with these overload springs. But they work great. They don't affect your ride when you're not loaded, but the second that you start to put weight on it, they're instantly engaging, because on a factory overload system, yeah, the bump stops for the springs that are usually here and here actually have to, squat 2 inches to get to the spring before they touch. By then your truck's already squatted 2 inches, but these springs are already, there's a little bit of tension on them right out of the gate. So the second that your spring starts to compress, they're helping that instant. So big difference. I mean, I highly recommend. Probably one of the best. I would say it's probably one of the best modifications that I've made to the truck. Additions. One of the best additions that I've made to this truck is those springs. I mean, it really makes a difference. I can't wait to pull something heavy or have a heavy load to really test them out to see how they'll. But you can see how the back is staying nice and perky even with that weight. Like I said, I don't know why this boat has a ton of tongue weight. I think it's a poor design with the trailer, but highly recommend the Super Springs. The back box, minimal leakage when it's like downpouring here in Tampa, Florida. I look in there, there's like maybe a drip here and there, and hardly any moisture inside at all. I mean, it keeps everything really dry. Always a big fan of the Pro Comps with Toyo tires. I always go with the Open Country Extremes. They seem to hold up for a long time. Tread life is great. The Bilstein dual reservoirs, highly recommend those. This has the 2.5 inch Pro Comp leveling kit in the front, and I took out the 2 inch factory blocks and put in 5 inch factory or 5 inch blocks, Pro Comp blocks in the rear. But I always like the back being a little higher than the front. I'm not the kind of guy that likes the level look. I like it where my ass end isn't dragging. But there you go. That's a little review of the Super Spring SSA 16 spring. I really doubt you'd have to go with the double, but if you do go with the double, it adds 3,000 pounds capacity to your F-250. Body roll is greatly reduced in high-speed cornering, and the sway with your trailer makes a huge difference. But yep, there you go, guys. Enjoy your Sunday.